Welcome, residents, to the last of our September tapings of our Talk of the Town with Supervisor Dick Thurston. And today we have a great guest, Cheryl Magatz. And Cheryl, you've met before in tapings, but today we want to give you, well, actually kind of peel back the layer of the onion a little bit with respect to our what used to be called Community Day, but since it's a 4-day event and in the fall, we're calling it Carnival, but it's coming up in another week. And so please mark your calendars. That's what starts the 6th, the 7th, 8th, and the 9th. So we'll be talking about focusing on a couple of the key activities and also food trucks, et cetera, that we'll have. But again, mark your calendars for October 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, hoping for some nice weather. And we'll have a lot out there at Slaughterhouse Park. Again, this is at our park at the corner of Myers Corner Road and All Angels. That's right across from the Mid-Hudson Islamic Association Mosque, as well as the fire station. And right next to us is Meadowbrook Farms, one of our sponsors, and also will be open the entire weekend for you to buy a lot of your fall goodies. They have a lot there to offer. We will be having, among other things, for the children as a pumpkin painting contest event. This is very popular every year. In fact, I think we kind of buy out the pumpkins for Meadowbrook Farms. But I want to let Cheryl just first briefly summarize the key events, the times that will be open for the 4 days.
Sure. It's going to be a very fun-packed weekend. We are going to be open on Friday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. On Saturday, we have one of the key events of the weekend, the Community Day Parade, that will take place at 2 o'clock. And the festival will be open following the parade until 10 p.m. and from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. And then again on Monday, I'm unsure of the start time, but I know that it goes until 7 again on Monday. And I do want to say that we have a lot of participation from our area students this year. So in addition to the wonderful woman that we have who comes and helps us with the pumpkin painting, we're going to have some members of the Roy C. Ketchum Fine Arts Honor Society who are going to donate their time and come in and paint pumpkins with the children.
Great. Yeah, with respect to some of the activities in the events, as Cheryl mentioned, Saturday, we have a lot going on, but particularly we have our parade, that goes up Myers Corner Road, going actually east, to Ketchum, where there'll be a reviewing stand, and there will be judges, for various awards. Why don't you give us a little summary of who is participating and what else we may have going on? There's bands, there's floats, there's different organizations, youth, and particularly also our Grand Marshals this year. That's the state championship Ketchum baseball team. And I'll let Cheryl give us a little bit more detail about the parade.
Yes, we still have a lot of people contacting us about the parade, so our lineup is growing every day. The Ketchum State Championship baseball team are serving as Grand Marshals, and they will be following the Dutchess County Sheriff's Department Honor Guard at the front of the parade. We're in the process of decorating a float for them. And we have 2 fire companies that'll be in the parade with their trucks, the New Hackensack Fire Department and the Houstonville Fire Department. We have 4 bands that'll be marching in the parade. The Dixie Dandies, who are a favorite, will be back this year, as well as the Boy Scout marching band with their color guard. We'll also have You Bet Your Brass Band.
Good, they're great too.
And the local 21 Pipes Band. We have a number of groups from the high schools. The Ketchum cheerleaders are putting together a float. The Ketchum field hockey team is putting together a float.
Our seniors, are they going to have a float this year?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I was going to get to that. Yes, the senior center is celebrating its 35th anniversary this year, and they have a very fun float planned that reflects that theme.
And we do have a award, trophy. For
Yes,
the
there
best
is
float.
there is an award for the best float. We also have the Ketchum football team participating, and I believe we have Ketchum Mask and Mime Drama Club who will be performing. The Ketchum Step team is going to participate in the parade for the first time, and they're going to perform. We also have from John Jay High School the Proscenium Drama Club, and they will also perform. We also have a number of youth groups. We have groups that will be representing the town of Wappinger Little League, Wappinger United Soccer Club, and the dance-inspired dance troupe, and the Silver Starlights baton group.
Wow. Sounds like, probably the best parade, lineup that we've had in some time. Come on out. There's really it's standing room along the road, starting from really the Lairdale complex where the parade kicks off. The step off is down there and comes all the way up to the Schlothouse Park area. When we're looking at other events, we also have our bonfire again. And the bonfire is sponsored by, and it's put together, organized, everything's donated by our COSM Church's Sacred Mirrors organization over on Wheeler Hill Road, and they're tremendous citizens of the town. And also we're going to have a fireworks display. Why don't you just give some brief details on the fireworks display, Cheryl?
Sure. The fireworks display this year is going to be at a new location. Our friends at the Mid-Hudson Islamic Association have consented to allow us to use part of their grounds so that the fireworks will be more visible to larger areas of the park. And Legion Fireworks will be coming in once again to do that.
Great. Tell us a little bit about the food trucks. Everybody likes
Sure.
to come out and eat a variety of things. This year, Cheryl's put together another fantastic arrangement of food vendors. So why don't you describe a little bit what's going to be
Sure.
there, who's going to be there. Some favorites, right?
There are some favorites. Some are going to be there all weekend. Some are going to be there for one day. For the entire weekend, we have the Hot Dogs and More truck. Waffle Wagon will be there all weekend. Tylicious Catering will be there all weekend. And we have two vendors with baked goods. We have Taylor by the Teaspoon with some delicious cakes and cookies, and Food to Write Home About that does macarons and custom cakes and a variety of things. The Cluck Truck will be back this year one evening, and Jackie will be bringing along Twisted Sisters ice cream.
Oh, okay.
We also
Do we have Thai food or anything?
Yes, Tylicious is going to be there.
It's going to be there.
We have a new vendor who's going to be there for 2 days, Rapper's Delight, that some people may have heard about, that's a little bit south of us, with some really delicious custom wrap sandwiches. We also have a vendor coming from Ulster County that specializes in Caribbean food.
And of course, we have our carny operators as well.
Correct.
They have a number of things. Maybe just briefly mention some of those.
Correct. They have their deep fried Oreos and their candy apples and popcorn and a whole variety, cotton candy, a whole variety of carnival treats. We also have another new vendor this year who's going to be there all 4 days. She comes from Connecticut and specializes in bubble tea and flavored hot chocolates.
Okay. Oh, outstanding. And then last but not least, as I mentioned at the outset, right across the street.
Right across the street, we have Meadowbrook Farms and their world famous apple cider donuts. and their homemade baked goods and their jellies and jams, apple cider. You can come and do some apple picking and then come over to Carnival in the afternoon. So there's a lot going on there.
And they do have kids' activities over there as well as that we have. And I just want to mention that in the past years we've had difficulties with respect to the road and parking has been kind of haphazard, along that road. Well, at our last board meeting, we passed a resolution at the request, really, of the fire department, the emergency first responders, in order to be able to get emergency vehicles up and down. We have passed a resolution that says that they'll be parking only on one side of the road, and that's Old Myers Corner Road. And the other side, there'll be no parking. We will have our sheriff's deputies out there, and so they'll be enforcing it. They'll be ticketing, fining, and there will be some perhaps towing away. I hope not, but that's because of fire and safety requirements. We need to have that clear access way. One side of the road will be parkable. There is plenty of parking space also on the new Hackensack Fire Company spot. The mosque will have parking except for Sunday during the setup for the fireworks, correct? What are some of the other community organizations, service organizations, and also arts and crafts vendors that will be there?
We have a wide variety of jewelry vendors. We have crafters who make crocheted and other items. We have one vendor who has slime and stuffed animals and things that the children will like. We also have some local groups like the Wappingers Congress of Teachers is going to be there with information and handing out things to the public. The Wappingers Rotary Club is going to be there as well. We're going to have the Wappingers Falls Police Department running their child ID booth again, and they'll be participating in the parade. We also have a couple of our home improvement companies that work in the area, Renewal by Anderson and Bath Fitters. There's going to be something for everyone in those booths.
And throughout the weekend, we'll also have some bands performing. Maybe
yes,
summarize that.
Some of the bands are some of our more popular bands from the summer concert series. Jungle Love is going to be playing. Cloud 9 is going to be playing. Oh, on Monday, we actually this year have a real focus for the day. Okay. There's going to be an 80s theme for Monday. We're going to host the band Pour Some 80s on Me. Good. And we're going to have a 1980s fashion show costume competition with awards and an 80s trivia contest.
Oh, that's great. So we have a tremendous lineup for the 4 days. There is also a lot more going on that Cheryl didn't have time to cover, but I want to make sure that you all know there's something for everyone out at the event during those 4 days, and we have several really key mark events, which is the bonfire. It was very popular, and I think the way the weather's been the last few days as far as cool temperatures at night, it still looks like it's going to be cool during the time of our carnival event. We have the parade, which is always a big draw, but hopefully this year with so much of the community participating, there will be even more people coming out. And then, as we mentioned, we have the fireworks on Sunday night and then the 1980s themes on Monday. There will be 2 days, I believe, for wristbands where they can buy
Friday night and Monday
okay.
will be wristband.
Friday night and Monday will be wristband days. So that means that you can buy a wristband and then get in all the rides without paying any additional fees. So a reminder again, October 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th out at Schlotthaus Park. That's over at Myers Corner and All Angels Hill Road. And come on out. We have notices on our town website, our recreation department website, and Facebook. And so if you have any questions still after all that, just give us a call here at the recreation department at the supervisor's office, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. So we really hope, Cheryl and I hope that you'll be out there. Any closing words, Cheryl?
No, just love to see everyone in the community come on out and enjoy the weekend. It's basically your old-fashioned town gathering.
Yeah. Well, thanks, residents, and we hope that you have a lovely weekend this coming weekend. And until soon, please stay safe and remain well. Thank you.